In the previous Playwright tutorial, we have discussed how to read the test data from the different environments and how to pass on to the Playwright test. So in this tutorial, we are going to discuss about how to implement page object model in Playwright. So let's understand why page object model is required and what is page object model and what are the advantages of using the page object model and what are the disadvantages of using the page object model. And also we will see Playwright sample page object page, and also we are going to see the sample page object test as well. And after that we will start implementing the page object model in the Playwright framework. So let's see why page object model is required. So if you look at this particular diagram, guys, and in the line number 19 we have added one locator. So here I have highlighted all the locator wherever we have used a locator. So right now we have hard coded all the locator values, right? So this might be used in 100 tests, right? Say for example, suddenly developer changes to the DOM details. So I need to run through all the 100 automation tests and I need to update all these locators, right? So that will be a very tedious task for me. So that's the reason. So it is very important for us to implement the page object model in Playwright automation framework. So let's understand what is page object model first. So page object model is a design pattern to create the object repository for the web page elements. And every web page will be containing the corresponding page class. Say for example, if I take an example of Google page. So firstly we have the home page. So we will be creating a one class called home page. And if I search something in the Google search page, so we will get the result page. So we will be creating a separate class called result page. So like that, for every web page, there will be a corresponding page class created. So if you're implementing the page object model in your automation framework. So page class contains all the page elements of that page, and also it contains the page methods which performs the operations on those particular elements. So for example, so I have opened google.com. I want to search with the keywords. So those kind of methods or the actions can be implemented in the same page. Let's say we have created a home page. So within that, we should be able to identify the web page elements, and also we should be able to implement the methods which performs the search of the keywords. So at high level, this is what all about the page object model. So let's see what are the advantages of using the page object model. So code will be cleaner and also it is easier to understand because we'll be having separate pages, and also we'll be having the separate automation test. So in our automation test, we will be calling to the our page object model all the methods wherever it is required. And object repository is independent of test scripts. So obviously, because object repository is nothing but the page what we have created, for example, home page, result page. So like this. So these are independent of the automation test, right? The next advantage is test script will be optimized because of the elements respective abstraction methods are in the page classes. So our test will be optimized because we have implemented the abstraction methods in the respective page object classes itself. And coming to the disadvantages, so time and effort. So you need to give a more time and effort initially when you started working on the project, and after spending some time, so less effort and time is required to implement the page object model. And this particular implementation is only specific to the particular project, so you cannot use this particular page object model for the another project. So that is the second disadvantage. Now let's look at the how exactly sample page object page looks like. So firstly we have included a Playwright model, and after that we have created a simple class, and that is the exportable class, guys. And within that class we have declared one constructor. Within the constructor, so page object initialization is done, and after that we can start adding like this n number of elements within the constructor itself. And then you can start creating the all the abstractions methods. Say for example, I want to search with the search keywords in the Google. So that method will be implemented in this particular page itself. So you cannot implement in a different page. So whatever the actions you are performing in that particular page, that methods or those kind of methods can be implemented in the same page class. So this is how exactly looks like the sample page object page of the Playwright. Now let's look at the sample page object test, how exactly it looks like. So firstly, you need to include the Playwright module, and after that, so you need to import all the pages what you have created. For example, we have created home page, result page, playlist page. So like this, you need to import it, and after that, so you need to create the object of respective page object pages. Then you can start creating, then you can start calling the methods which you have implemented inside the page object pages. For example, if I take the example of this home page, so we have implemented one method called goto. So if I go to home page, here you can see that goto method is implemented inside the home page. And if I see the another method where we have called in the line number 14 search keywords. So if you see here guys, so we have implemented that particular method within the home page itself. So this is how exactly looks like the sample page object test. Now let's start implementing the page object model in the Playwright. Firstly, let's see the manual scenario, then we'll come back to the VS Code and we'll start implementing the page object model in Playwright. So firstly, we will navigate to the google.com. So this is the home page for us. We will be creating one home page JS file. And in the home page, so we have to implement one method to search the keywords also. So here I'm searching with Playwright by tester stock, and we have to press it enter from the keyboard. And once we got the result page, so we'll be creating another class called result page. And then we will click on by using the link text, we will click on the Playwright by tester stock. So this is the second page, that's the result page, and this is the playlist page guys. So we are going to create the total 3 pages. One is home page, result page, and then third one is playlist page. And once we are in the playlist page, so simply we will click on the very first video in this playlist. So this is a scenario guys what we are going to automate it by using the page object model in Playwright. So let's start creating the pages first. So here I will navigate to the VS Code, and here I am creating a one folder called pages. So inside the pages, I'm creating 3 JS files. First one is homepage.js. That's it. And I'm creating the second JS file as result page.js, and I'm creating the third JavaScript file as playlist page.js. So that's it guys. So we are done with creating the pages now. So firstly I will go to the homepage.js, and here we have to include the very first Playwright module. So here I'll say include Playwright module. That's it. So here I will use the required, and inside the required, so simply I will add the playwright slash test. Then I'm assigning back to the constant variable object. So here I'm adding inside the flower brackets, here I'm adding it as the expect object. So that's it guys. So we are exporting this particular Playwright test in the current JavaScript class. So by using this expect, so that we can assert the sum of the elements. That's it guys. Now so we have to create the class, create class. So here I'm saying class followed by class name. So here I'm saying class name as homepage, and simply I will open and close the flower brackets. So as I said, these classes are exportable, so that's the reason. So here I'll say exports dot homepage. That's it guys. Now we are done with creating the class. So inside this class, so firstly you need to write the constructor. So here I'm saying constructor, and which is accepting the page as the parameter. So here I'll say page,
That's it, guys. So inside the constructor, we have to initialize the page object. Then we have to store the all the elements. So here I'll say elements. So that's it, guys. Now to use all the page functions or page methods, so above the constructor you need to write it as 1 / and 2 star, and that's it, guys. So this is the gs doc comment, so you need to add it above the constructor to use all the functions from the page object. So here I'll say simply import. So let's remove all the stuff from here inside the brackets. So here I'm saying directly @playwright/test, and after that here I'm saying dot page. That's it, guys. Now we can use the all the page object methods inside the constructor or in the abstraction functions. Now let's initialize the page object to the current page variable. So here I'll say this dot page equal to page. So that's it, guys. Now we have done the page initialization, and now we have to go to this google.com. We have to inspect the search text box, sorry, and here we have to search with the some keywords, right? So let's inspect the search text box, and if you see here, guys, so it has lots of attributes and values. So here I'm using the ID of this particular text box. So simply I'll press hash and the value. If you see here, guys, so we are able to locate the search text box by using the ID. So I'll take this locator, and here, so I'm using this dot, and here we have to specify the variable name as search text box. That's it. Then now we can use the page object to find the element. So here I'm saying locator, and inside that I'm adding the locator value, guys. That's it. It is very simple. So firstly, we have created a constructor. Within this, we have done the initialization of the page object. Then we have created the one simple locator, that is the text box locator. So that's it, guys. We are done with creating the search text box locator now. So firstly, we will implement one simple method that goes to our google.com. So simply I will take this URL and I'll come back to the VS Code. And here I'm implementing the one async method. So here I'm saying the method name as go to. That's it, guys. So here I'm using the await as usual. So this is the way of navigating to the URL. So I'm using the await followed by page, this dot page dot go to. So inside this function we can add the URL. So that's it, guys. So firstly we can call to this particular method so that we can navigate to the URL. So once we navigated into this URL, so we have to perform the search functionality in this Google homepage. So let's implement a method that performs the search functionality. So here again I'm implementing the async method called search keywords, and this particular method is accepting the one parameter. So we need to pass the search keyword to this particular method. Let's say in our case we are searching with the Playwright by tester stock. So that keyword has to be passed on to this particular method whenever we are calling to the search keywords. Then, so firstly I will check whether that element is enabled or not. Then we will click on that particular element. Then we will enter the some data. So here I'm using the await followed by to check the enablement of that particular element. So we have to use the expect object inside this. So again we have to use this dot, sorry guys, so this dot, and so we want to check this text box is enabled or not, right? So let's take this element, and now here I'm saying to be enabled. If this element is enabled, simply click on that particular element. And after that, once we click on that element, sorry guys, so here let's remove the or expect object. So expect, I don't want to use it because we will be using expect only to assert something. So here I want to perform the click operation on this text box, and after that I want to enter something. So simply I'll take the locator, and after that I will say fill method, and inside this we have to pass this particular parameter. So whatever we are passing it from the test, so we should be able to search with that keywords, and that's it guys. So after entering the search keywords, so we have to press the enter from the keyboard. So that's the reason I will use the locator, and followed by that I'm calling to the one method called press. So here I'm passing the value as enter. So that's it guys, we are done with implementing the home page. So let me summarize what we have done once again. So firstly we have included the Playwright module, then we have created a class. Inside the class, so we have created a constructor which contains the initialization of the page object, and also it contains the elements, and then we have implemented simple two abstraction methods. One is going to the URL, and second one is which searches with the keyword. So that's it guys. Now let's copy this same skeleton of the class, and I will go to the result page and I'll paste it here, and here I will give the class name as result page, and I'll pass the same class name here as well, and that's it guys. So now once we are in the result page, so let's say here I want to search with Playwright by tester stock, and here we have to identify the this particular playlist Playwright by tester stock. So I want to identify this element by using the link text. So that's the reason I will go to the class. So let me delete all this stuff which is not required. So here I will say, firstly I will add the element name as playlist link. That's it. And here, so here I'm using the get by role as the locator value. And inside this one, so firstly here we have to say link, and followed by that, so we have to pass the object. So name equal to some value. So what is the text you want to pass it here? So here we have to pass the text as Playwright by testers talk. So that's it. So we are identifying this particular playlist by using the link text, right? So here we have added the proper link text here. That's it guys. So we have identified the playlist link now. So I will take this playlist. Firstly I will check whether it is enabled or not. So I will keep the as it is 20 line number, and then so after that, so here we have to say, here I'm calling one method called first. So I want to focus on the first element. In the similar way I'll take this element, and then I want to simply click on that particular element guys. That's it. So we are done with implementing the click on playlist. So that's it guys. So we have renamed the function name as click on playlist, and I don't want to accept any parameter over here. So let me summarize what we have done in this result page. So simply we have copied the same home page, and here we have updated the class name, and after that here we have identified the playlist link by using the link text, and after that I have written a simple function that will clicks on the Playwright by tester stock playlist. That's it guys. So let's copy the same skeleton, and I will go to the playlist page. So let's update the firstly class name. So here I'll say playlist page, and let me add the same over here as well, and that's it guys. So once we click on the this particular playlist, so we have to identify the this particular first video. So here I'm identifying this particular element by using the CSS selector. I will inspect this element, and if you see here guys, so which contains the thumbnail, id as a thumbnail, and id as a container. So if you look at the root tag, And firstly, I will identify by using the ID of the ID value, that's a container, and followed by that, I will pass the ID value of the ID value as thumbnail. So simply I will copy this container, then I'll press Ctrl F, then I'll press hash value, and followed by this arrow I'm giving, and after that hash. So simply I'm passing the thumbnail here. So that's it, guys. If you see here, guys, so this particular element is, so if you look at this selector, and it is highlighting the very first video in this playlist. So I will take this particular CSS selector, and I will go to the playlist page.js file, and here I will rename the element name as video link. And if you see here, guys, in this web page, so this element is matching with the 20 elements, but I will focus on the very first element by using the first method, and I will perform the click operation on this particular video. And so here I'll say locator, and here we have to specify the locator value. So simply I'll pass the locator value. So that's it, guys. Now let's implement the our abstraction method as click on video. And here I will use the video link element, then I will identify the first element, and after that simply I will perform the click operation, guys. So that's it. So very simple changes, 3 changes we have done. So firstly we have updated the class name, then we have added the video link in the playlist page, and after that we have implemented one simple method that will performs the click operation on the video, guys. That's it. It's very simple, guys. So we are done with implementing the all the pages. Now let's quickly create the one spec file. So here I'll say page object test.spec.js. So that's it, guys. So here I will go to the one of the test, and simply I will copy the skeleton of the Playwright test. So I'll paste it. So I will delete all the stuffs which are not required. So that's it, guys. So here I will update the test name as page object model in Playwright. So that's it, guys. So let me list down all the steps what we are doing here. Firstly, we will go to the URL, and after that we will search with, so here will say search with keywords, and once we search with the keywords, we have to click on the playlist, and after that, so we need to click on the video as well inside the playlist. So here will say click on video. So that's it, guys. So steps are very simple. Now we need to start importing all the pages inside this spec file. So here I'll say require, and inside the require, so we have to specify the path of all the pages here, guys. So here I'll say 2 dots, and followed by that we have the pages folder, and inside the pages we have the home page, and I will assign back to the constant object. So here I'll say constant. So here I'll type the home page. So like this I will import the rest of the 2 pages, guys. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it 2 times. So let's import the result page here, and then let's add the object name as result page, and let's import the playlist page as well, and let's assign back to the playlist object. So that's it, guys. So we are done with importing all the pages what we have created so far. Now firstly we have to navigate to the URL, right? So this navigation method is implemented inside the home page. If you look at this one, so in the line number 19 we have implemented a method called goto, and inside that we are navigating to the URL. To use this particular method, so I need to create the object of this particular class. So let's create the object of this particular class. So here I'll say new followed by home page. So this home page constructor is accepting the page as the parameter. Simply pass the page as a parameter. Then we can assign back to the one constant variable. Then here we can say home page as the variable name. That's it, guys. So firstly, we have to navigate to the URL. I will use the home page object. By using that, I'm calling to the one method called go to. So that's it. But before that, we need to add the one keyword called await. So this is a very common keyword you'll be using while writing the Playwright test. So that's it, guys. Now let's try to run and see whether it is working properly or not. Then we'll start implementing the rest of the steps. So it has to navigate to the URL, and that's the simple test. So we'll make sure that this test is working perfectly fine. And if you see here, guys, it is launching the browser and we are able to navigate to the URL and our test is getting passed, right? Now let's implement the rest of the steps now. So we need to start searching with the keywords, right? Sorry, guys. And here I will use the homepage object and followed by I'm calling to the method called search keywords. So this method is accepting the one parameter, guys. If you see the homepage, so this method is accepting the one parameter as the search keyword, right? So let's pass the keyword as playwright by tester stop. That's it. And after that, so we need to click on the playlist. So this click operation we have implemented inside the our result page. If you see here, so click on playlist, we have implemented inside the result page. To call this particular method, so we have to create the result page object. So that's the reason. So here I'm creating the result page object. So it will say new and followed by that result page. And also we have to pass the page as the parameter and we can assign back to the variable. So it will say result page. So by using the result page, I can click on the playlist, right? So it will say click on playlist. So once we click on the playlist, now so it goes to the playlist page, right? So in this playlist page, so we are clicking on the playlist video, right? To call to this particular method, so again I have to create the another object of the playlist page. So let's start creating the object of the playlist page. And also we need to pass the page as the parameter. Then let's assign back to the variable called playlist page. And that's it, guys. By using this object, so I will call to the method called click on video. So that's it, guys. It's very simple now, right? So after completing all this execution flow, I am writing one await followed by page. So here I want to wait for the timeout. So we can see the execution properly, guys. So that's the reason I'm writing the some wait over here. So our test is ready. So firstly we are navigating to the URL and then we are searching in the Google search page. Then we are clicking on the playlist. Then finally we are performing the click operation on the playlist video, guys. So that's it. It is very simple test what we have implemented so far. So let's run the test now. So it has navigated and it has searched with the keywords and also it has clicked on the playlist. And here we should be able to click on the video. See, guys, so our test got failed. So let me check what is the issue here. So it is saying it is disabled actually. So let me check once again. So I will put some weight over here. So that should be fine. So here I'll put some weight as 2000. So let's run the test now. So if it is not working, we will just remove the assertion for the enablement of the element. So if you see here guys, so our test is perfectly working fine. So we can put the more weight over there and we can check it. So YouTube is a heavy loaded application, so that's the reason you need to use the sometimes manual weights in the automation test. So it is started searching with the keywords and it has clicked on the playlist and it has to click on the first video in the playlist. That's it guys. So we are able to perform the actions properly. So that's it guys. So this is all I am having in this session. So this is how you can implement the page object model in Playwright.